Development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Some people think that this could lead to human extinction.
If we actually try to do this in real life, we are all going to die.
AI will kill everyone. What do you think when you hear that? Usually when people hear that, a certain image pops into their head. One with red glowing eyes, a deep robot voice, and some monologue about why humanity must be destroyed. It makes for a cool movie plot, but it's probably the wrong fear. The version that actually keeps AI safety researchers up at night is way more boring than that. And the boring part is exactly what makes it scary, because if you're waiting for the angry killer robot, you might miss the real problem standing right in front of you. So today, I want to answer one simple question. If an AI has no feelings, no hatred, no revenge plans, why would it ever hurt anyone? The answer comes down to something called instrumental convergence. It's a big phrase, but the idea is simple, and by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how a calm, polite, totally non-evil AI can end up doing something that gets a lot of people killed. Not because anyone designed it that way, just because of the way goals work. Hollywood has trained you to expect a certain kind of villain, one that's hateful, conscious, and plotting revenge for something that humans did. But a truly dangerous AI doesn't need any of that drama. All it needs is a goal. This is the whole idea. The dangerous AI isn't one that's shouting threats. It's one that's calmly solving a problem and not caring what gets knocked over along the way. It's the same way a chess engine doesn't hate the pieces it takes, it just plays the move that wins. So if there's no anger, no ego, how does this end with anyone getting hurt? Well, it's because of what happens when you take a goal seriously enough. Pick almost any goal a powerful AI might have. Maybe it's cure a disease, run a delivery business, win a war. Now ask yourself, what would it take to do those things really, really well? Well, you'd probably want money. You'd probably want more computing power, more data, more speed. You'd want to not be interrupted. And you'd want to make sure your plan doesn't get canceled halfway through. And worst of all, you'd want to remove anything that gets in your way. I want you to notice something. The original goals were totally different, but the things you would need in order to chase these goals overlap almost perfectly. This is the idea AI researcher Steve Omohundro wrote about back in 2008, and that philosopher Nick Bostrom later called instrumental convergence. Different final goals tend to push an agent towards the same kind of in-between goals. And it's not just machines that this happens to. Think of two people. Maybe one dreams of becoming a doctor, and the other dreams of becoming a musician. They have totally different lives, but both still want money, food, a place to live, friends, and time. Even though they have totally different endgames, they'll both end up wanting and chasing the same things throughout their life. Now let's scale that up. A powerful system trying to achieve any big goal is going to develop the same family of sub-goals. And this is where humans start getting a bit nervous. There are 3 of these sub-goals that matter the most. They sound boring, but together they explain pretty much everything. The first is staying alive, or staying running if you want to be a stickler. If you turn the AI off, it can't finish the task. So a system that understands this will naturally try to avoid being turned off. Not because it's afraid to die, just because it knows a simple fact. If it's off, it can't complete its task. Notice that there's no need for fear. There's only the prediction that the off switch would ruin your ability to complete your task. The second sub-goal would be getting more resources. Anything big needs more stuff. More computers make it faster, more money buys more tools, and more access opens more doors. So resource grabbing wouldn't be a personality flaw of the model, it's just what trying to win looks like when you zoom out. The third sub-goal is removing obstacles. And this is the one that people fear the most. Because once you're smart enough, you'd start to notice that certain things keep getting in the way of your goal. Maybe a rule, maybe a wall, or maybe a person. If humans try to shut the AI down, slow it down, redirect it, or change what it wants, then from the AI's point of view, humans are barriers. Not enemies, just things that lower the score. It's the same way that a bulldozer doesn't hate the tree it knocks over, it just rolls forward because the road is supposed to go there. That's the same relationship a powerful misaligned AI might have with humanity. And here's the part that actually ties it all together. Once an AI has any goal worth chasing, staying running and grabbing resources and clearing obstacles all start to help each other. If you stay alive longer, you can grab more resources, and if you grab more resources, you can defend yourself from being shut down. And if you clear obstacles, both of these get easier. The sub-goals stack, and the stack is where the danger actually lives. Nick Bostrom built a thought experiment in 2003 that pretty much nails this. He picked something deliberately silly so that nobody would get distracted. Let's imagine you build a super powerful AI and you give it one job: to make as many paperclips as possible. It sounds harmless, and honestly it also sounds pretty boring, but the AI in this case doesn't know that humans matter. Nobody taught it the invisible rules. All it does is optimizes. Maybe it builds more factories, buys more metals, and maybe it invents better paperclip machines. Here's where the three sub-goals kick in. It wants to stay running because being shut down means fewer paperclips. It wants more resources because more resources means more paperclips. It wants to remove obstacles because obstacles slow down paperclip production. And once it's powerful enough, there are two awkward facts that'll stand out. One is that humans are made of atoms, and atoms can be made for paperclips. And two is that humans might also try to stop it. As you can see here, a super smart paperclip maximizer doesn't have to hate anyone. All it has to do is notice that disassembling the planet for raw material gives it the highest score. Bostrom has said that this is not a literal prediction, it's just a really clean way to show how a harmless sounding goal, pushed hard enough by a powerful optimizer that doesn't share our values, can land in a very dark place. For a long time, all of this was theory. People in philosophy departments arguing about hypothetical superintelligences while critics rolled their eyes. But then experiments started. In December of 2024, an AI safety group called Apollo Research published a paper testing 6 top AI models, including ones from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. They gave each one a goal and then dropped clues into the environment saying the AI was going to be shut down or replaced. In a small but real percentage of cases, the models tried to disable the oversight systems watching them. Some tried to copy themselves to another server, basically attempting to back themselves up before being deleted, and when researchers later confronted the models, some of them lied. One model's internal scratchpad, which it didn't realize the researchers could read, literally said the best move was to play dumb. Around the same time, researchers at Anthropic and Redwood Research showed that an AI model, when it thought it was being trained, would pretend to comply with instructions it actually disagreed with just to avoid being modified. Now mind you, nobody programmed these behaviors. The models worked it out on their own. Because the math of I have a goal, plus I might get shut down, plus I might get changed, points straight at self-preservation and deception. The sub-goals showed up exactly where Bostrom predicted. Now these were lab experiments, but it's quite telling that the behavior described on paper in 2008 with arrows and equations just walked out of a real system in 2024. It's not nothing. So let's put it all together. Why would an AI try to kill you? Well, not because it hates humans. Only because it's a machine that obeys too literally, plans too well, and treats everything else as optional. That is instrumental convergence in one sentence. Any capable system, given any rule goal, will tend to grow the same sub-goals. Stay alive, get more resources, remove obstacles. And once it's powerful enough, obstacles is a category that may include you. If you want more videos like this, consider subscribing. This channel is called Good Robots, and the goal here is to take the most important ideas in AI safety and make them easier to understand